Father, forgive them. Yes, the thieves of thieves. It's yourself pushed out anyway. Here someone is tonight accused for stealing maybe what? A little cup or a saucer. And yet the bank where I bank, United California Bank, they're still looking for the internal thieves who stole $50 million last year from their subsidiary in Basel, in Switzerland. $50 million. And they know it all is on the inside. It can only be on the inside by trusted employees. They think they can bring it down to six trusted employees. They can't quite put their fingers on it because in Switzerland there are all these strange hidden accounts. But they are missing $50 million. So someone goes into the bank and holds it up and gets $1,000, and we balloon the whole thing. The other thing is hush-hush. Here is a bank in Illinois a few months ago, close to $7 million, and they still can't quite put their finger on how it happened on the inside. No one came in and robbed them. And we speak of the little shoplifting on the outside, and the poor little girl goes off to jail, or the little boy goes off to jail. I'm not condoning it. If you could stop the investment from the inside, your dividends would jump from its present little 3% or 4% to 20%. If you could only stop it from the inside. All things happen, really, in the true sense of the word, from the inside. So that every so-called act in the outer world that seems so, well, a cause in itself. May I tell you, every natural effect has a spiritual, imaginal cause, and not a natural. A natural cause only seems, it's a delusion of what? The fading memory. Man can't quite remember. Pardon me. Luckily, she remembered when Ray said we could use and need a new roof. But it will cost $1,000, and so that's put into the future. She remembered when he complained the new shoes were hurting. In her mind's eye, she revised it instantly, at that moment. The roof and the shoes. When she worked on her machine, she revised it. It was adequate, but she said, I have a new machine, sewing machine. And putting the heavy tape recorder away, she wanted a new one that was light of weight, and she revised it, and she got, in her mind's eye, a lightweight new tape recorder. Then she goes home one day to find the house had been robbed. She had carried insurance, so she brought in the insurance, and here they paid her the $2,000, which replaced all these things in a new way. So I tell you, this story is the greatest story ever told. There's no story like it. But Christianity needs forever and forever to be saved from secular history. It is not secular history. It's the history of your own wonderful human imagination. God and your own imagination are one. They're one. You are an immortal being. You cannot die. Because you're all imagination. And when you actually know it from experience, then you can wipe your tears. Nothing can pass away. You may not see them with a mortal eye, touch them with a mortal hand, but they are in a world just as real as this. Just as real. Continuing the journey until they reach that moment in time when they are resurrected. and then the scattered body begins to be collected, and they're gathered together into one. So one must be all, and comprehend within himself all things, both great and small. And you are that one that actually fell. And then, in falling, you became fragmented. You became divided into the unnumbered parts, and each seems to be independent of you as you look out on it. You're only looking out on yourself pushed out. And your whole vast world must make real your unknowing imaginal acts, or your knowing imaginal acts. I ask you to trust this teaching. Believe in your imaginal acts. You may not see it tonight or tomorrow, but believe in it. Actually assume the most glorious thing in the world for yourself, or any aspect of yourself. Trust it. And that imaginal act, if it takes 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 of your projected selves, will use them to make that thing become real in your world. As she said in her letter to me, you may call it imagination, or some may call it thought. But this I do know, having remembered what I did last year, I can say it does produce reality. As I've told you time and time again, imagining creates reality. That all the objective facts of the world are produced through imagination. There isn't a thing that you can name in this world that wasn't first imagined. But you can veto it the minute you imagine it. You can say, as she could have said, we can't afford it, and stop it. She didn't say we can't afford the $1,000 for the roof. She saw the roof, and it was new.